Hey guys, this is Darth Nemos, and I'm gonna do a tips and tricks video. Just some tips on Empire Total War. Okay, I can't say this will work. This video will help everyone. I just hope it helps the majority of you. Okay, so what I'll be doing today is walking you through each and every country for each and every faction for land battles. All their units, artillery I'll do separately. So all artillery at once, because everyone pretty much has the same artillery, except for maybe Maratha and ornaments, but that doesn't really matter. I won't do naval. I'm not really much of an admiral. I'm more of a general. I don't play navals that much, so if you want naval tactics or something like that, you have to look it up on someone else. Okay, let's start off with Austria. Okay, just make a quick opponent. Okay, so I'll start with the infantry first. I start with militia, Jaegers, Grenzers, Grenadiers, Hungarian Grenadiers, line infantry, Windblusher Jaegers, and guards. I also do cavalry. General's bodyguard, I don't really need to do much. I don't recommend them. They take up space, money. You could use it for a good cavalry unit, or even make a general guard. I tried that. It pretty much works because they survive longer. Just saying. Okay. Carabiners, Hungarian Hussars, Ukrainians, Light Dragoons, Cuirassiers, and Household Cavalry. Remember, I'll do artillery separately, so I'll do that later. Okay, let's go. Okay, now let's have a look. I'll talk you through each and every unit independently. We'll do a bit of battle action just to see how they work. Okay, so here we have Cuirassiers. They're melee cavalry. They don't have guns of any type. They're pretty good. I don't normally use them, but if you want to use them, that's fine. I don't use them. I use all the best cavalry, but anyway, I'll go on to that later. Okay, we have Hungarian Hussars. Hussars are like light cavalry, and I don't really recommend them doing for head-on attacks with infantry, because unless it's like a rifleman unit or something, because they're a bit weak in melee. So I'd use them in the hammer and anvil tactic. That is, have your infantry, line infantry exchanging fire head-on with the opponent line infantry, and then get your cavalry around their rear and smash their rear, or you can do it while your line infantry is in melee. That works even better. Okay, carabiners. Carabiners I've never really used. I don't really use carabiners. They're like rifles in a way. Just use them sometimes. Maybe have a shot first and just charge them in. Okay, Ukrainians. Yep, they're just like melee cavalry as well. And yeah, they're just like Hungarian Hussars. Don't use them for some head-on infantry attacks. Household Cavalry, they're the heavy cavalry. They're your best cavalry. Yes, you can use them head-on infantry attacks. They're like the best cavalry of the lot. So I'd use them a lot if I were you. I'll put them in your army all the time. And finally, Light Dragoons. Now, Light Dragoons can get off their horses. I really wouldn't recommend getting off these horses because they get slaughtered. So, just a tactic with carabiners and light dragoons. If you're about to charge a cavalry unit, don't actually melee it. Just run up to it, take a pot shot, and then just charge it. Okay, that's the cavalry. Let's move on to infantry. Guards. They're elite. They're better than line infantry. I would stick this in your army if I were you. Probably use a guard as your general because they tend to last longer than cavalry. Sorry. Yeah. So just use use your guards as much as you can. Line infantry. Austria, their line infantry is bigger than every other faction. Their line infantry is 150, when the other faction's line infantry is 120 men. Okay, Hungarian grenadiers. They're improved grenadiers. Okay, they're better, they're stronger, they have better morale, you know, melee, all that kind of stuff. If you can afford it, I would use it. Use them in a tactic, you know, just throw grenades and run back behind your lines. Only take 1 or 2 volleys. The grenades, I mean, grenadiers are very good. They're good for blowing up centers, you know. These ones like the best grenadiers in the game, so they're the only one of its kind, so I'd use them if I were you. Grenadiers, same thing as Hungarian grenadiers, you know, they're just a bit weaker. Okay, Jaegers. They only have 90 range, I think. Yeah, only 90 range. So I wouldn't, you know, use them that often. I'm going to compare them to Windblusher Jaegers, because Windblusher Jaegers, I think they're, you know, a very overpowered unit. They're cheap for their abilities. So, and as well as focus and rifles, I'll go through that later. So, I'll just show you later in the battle. Grenzers, they have a range of 90, like the Jaegers. They're pretty useful. I mean, if you're going to do head-on rifle shootout, I'll use them, but you know, don't use them too often because they have 90 range. But their abilities are, they have a double-barreled rifle, which means they can do 2 shots instead of like every other unit only 1. Okay, Windblusher Jaegers, I have to say, these are probably the most overpowered unit in Empire Total War. Yes, they have only 45 men compared to other riflemen's unit, but they have cartridge guns instead of gunpowder guns. You know, like, so they can reload in 10 seconds when a rifleman unit takes like 30. I'll show you that with the Jaegers. You know, and they can shoot hidden, they can walk hidden, you know,